Despite being a very great star comparable to the greatest legends such as Michael Jackson and more, R. Kelly remained a down-to-earth man who never looked down on young upcoming artists. He actually did extend a helping hand whenever he was called upon by any of these artists to feature in collaborations like he did with Cassidy in his first single ever, Hotel. R. Kelly lent out his great voice and beats that turned songs into great hits, and like that, he made stars out or nobodies. Like we have made mention of several times in our previous video releases, most of these young artists who R. Kelly could literally die for were quick to distance themselves from him the same way Peter of the Bible denied Jesus 3 times on the sound of the rooster. They saw what was happening to R. Kelly, the Mute Kelly campaign that saw his music dropped by most streaming platforms, and the acts of prejudice he was subjected to, events they wouldn't love to see happen to their own music, and so in fear that the same could happen to them, those with collaboration songs were quick to have them removed, and those who could talk spoke the worst of him. We saw the likes of Chance the Rapper openly say they regretted working with R. Kelly, something they could have killed for back then. It was all a shame. American singer Monica, who made the popular hit It All Belongs to Me, is being criticized for her extremely contradicting accounts of who R. Kelly is, having made one several years back when R. Kelly was trending the charts and everyone wanted a record from him in which she praised the R&B king like an angel sent from above and by the Lord himself, and the latter when R. Kelly was dealing with his current ordeals in which she literally crucifies him. During the first interview, Monica was speaking of how R. Kelly is one of the artists she would die to work with because they connected in so many ways. According to Monica, R. Kelly's music, despite being described now as sexual, was just appropriate for the common man, including herself, considering she connected well with the life situations R. Kelly sang about. The interview was filled with many accounts of "I want to work with R. Kelly, I want to work with him, and I would work with him if I had the chance, I relate so much with his music, and every good thing a woman could say about a man." Monica, who was hoping to receive more free records from R. Kelly in addition to the hit It All Belongs to Me, spoke of how she sang R. Kelly's song I Wish every day she woke up, and how she would sing it from front to back, calling him special for the way he connected with her life. Take a look.
Robert is also somebody I wanted to work with. R. Kelly is one of the greatest that ever did it, especially when it comes to lyrics and knowing how to make a song that makes sense to the everyday person, because I'm just like them. I'm getting up taking my kids to school. I've been heartbroken before. I've been happy. I've been loved. I've had losses. These are all things that R. Kelly understands. So when I asked him for this record and he obliged, it just made me even more eager to work with him because I know that he gets it. He's a consummate professional, but also R. Kelly, I think, is he's a genius in the sense that he knows how to take some of the most difficult things and make it relate to you. I remember when I was about 19, I lost 3 people back to back, one to suicide, then my grandmother, then my cousin had an aneurysm. And I remember singing I Wish every day when I woke up. I would get up and I would sing that song from front to back. Whatever he experienced, it translated to me and my experiences. It takes somebody very special to be able to do songs like that. So
it was rather shocking to see the same person return to the media, and now that R. Kelly is dealing with all these allegations against him, all she can say now is crucify him because he deserves it. She was quick to say R. Kelly ought to be held accountable for what he did, like she no longer remembers her own account of who he is. When you know somebody personally and you know he is a great person like she described him before, you don't quickly change your mind about them just because they are currently dealing with some serious legal matters. You instead should reserve the benefit of doubt that the world could be wrong about them. Monica, however, speaks like she knew all along Kelly was a bad person but chose to make the first speech with the hope she could get more free records from him. On the other hand, the most likely to be true theory, however, being that she could have known Kelly to be a great person before, but is just afraid of how defending him could affect her music career. And this is how R. Kelly ended up receiving so much hate speech the moment the case against him turned political. Take a look.
Down now, he's being held accountable. What are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts are that anything you do, you have to be held accountable. Doesn't matter if it's now or later. So, it doesn't take away the fact that he shaped and molded a lot of who we listen to now. But he has to pay the price for all that he's done. There's no way around it. It is just the way, it's atmosphere. Whatever you put out in the atmosphere is coming back. It could be 20 minutes or 20 years. It is that. So, I feel like we make our beds, we have to lie in them. And when children come into play, I always, especially even before being a mom, let me tell you something. I was a 13-year-old girl that full-grown men were always after.
Yeah.
Thank God for my ability to be so outspoken, because I didn't play the radio. But not every young girl is equipped with that. Not every young girl is able to understand that a person's celebrity should not allow them to be able to tell you what to do, when to do it, how to do it, where to go, you know, and whatever comes of it, that is what was written for him, you know. And so I always, you can't separate the persona and the music and all of that stuff, but I know that a lot of my generation of R&B music, they were raised.
Though quick to applaud her own self, mentioning that unlike other women, she was outspoken enough to resist celebrities that came at her, we hear stories that she was always after them but they simply never called her back. Kimberly Black says Monica was chasing after Tupac herself back on the years when she was 15, but he never gave her the attention she needed. He was just too busy for her, if this is what she calls being very outspoken. And this is what most women who never get hit on by the men they admire like to say. I was outspoken and that's why. Not I simply wasn't their choice of a woman. It's very difficult to understand why people who claim to love you so much will be quick to drop you like a hot potato and hand you over to your enemies at the first opportunity. By saying the things she said, Monica practically exchanged R. Kelly for her own safety and well-being. Henrietta Caesar says, here she goes, Monica writing along with the narrative without taking time to read the trial transcript. I was going to attend her concert, but with her speaking like this, I am not sure anymore, for I am looking at her in another way. She's up there calling the kettle black, not knowing a thing about what she is saying. She did not do any research at all. People like her just kill me. It's so sad to see people he wrote for speak on him like this. Whoever said people don't appreciate was correct, because surely, no one does. Thank you for watching today's video, a production of LFN Media, giving you another perspective of issues at hand. We make it our business to keep you updated with the truth amidst the cloud of lies the media wants you to believe. It is therefore important to subscribe to this channel, hit the bell icon and allow all notifications so that you don't miss out whenever we publish a new video.